And we're back. Okay, so you have just met a bunch of people who are pointing guns at you because you didn't want to come nicely. So they open the doors. So the back doors open, and they basically have the guns out, and then some of the others jump out so they can be next to them, and they're also pointing guns at you. What do you do?
I like it when they bunch together so I can get them with one hit.
Because that works.
Craig's still invisible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Don't put your hands up. Go for your gun, son. Go for your tool.
Go for my multi-tool. Nah.
I'm
gonna try.
Who the commander is.
We need to do the most amount of damage in the shortest amount of time.
As far as you can tell, he's the one who's driving.
All right.
Okay. Yep.
Any more information you want about the organization of the group as a politic role?
Okay. So, Craig, as you guys are getting ready to do whatever you're going to do, he starts moseying his way over to the guy driving.
Okay, if you mosey...
Mosey.
One, that makes you look like you need to go.
He's gonna mosey his way over there.
Also, it means you're not going to be able to do anything this round to him. So
he's
we're
just going to
starting
get as close as he can.
Since we're treating this as combat for the
there.
sounds of it, and time is of essence, we're going to do it. So you each get to do one thing simultaneously that can include movement or just be movement. You're just going to get over there. You could probably get over there and unstealth with, like, your weapon pointed at him if you wanted. Craig.
Oh, that's right. You're stealthed, huh?
He is invisible right now. Uh-oh. And he's gone.
you could do some serious damage. That's awesome.
He could. He's probably going to, by probably taking the commander hostage.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go up against a bunch of people with guns when I don't have to.
They're guns.
They're
not that dangerous.
They're people. They can be reasoned with.
Yeah.
We're not having this discussion right now, are we?
But people who want to reason don't point guns at you.
They don't know they don't know who we are technically.
Are they good guys?
Depends on your point of view.
Like, if they knew who we were, they wouldn't want
So
to.
yeah, how much do I know about the rebels? Because I'm assuming these guys are not the establishment.
We're not librarians, so
yeah,
we
exactly.
need to make them believe that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you doing?
That depends on how much I know about the rebels.
You know there's rebels.
Do I know anything else about them?
No, it's not broadcast on the news or anything that you've already looked.
That's
They
fair.
keep it under, yeah.
I did send those Inquisitors on a rebel raid, but that doesn't give me any more actual information, other than the fact that there is an active rebellion going on. So,
Well, there's sedition going on. Whether it's active rebellion, you do not know that.
these guys pointing guns at us tell us otherwise. Anyway, I'm gonna put my hands up, being like, "Whoa, hold on."
Do librarians generally care? They wouldn't be carrying stuff that we have. So if we
No, so
take
what
off
you've
my-
done is you made all your gear, most of your gear, like you have a shield unit for you as a human, it's probably on your shoulder. It's got these like little, basically like little projectors on it and all that sort of stuff, and that's what protects your shield figure. You got a gun probably in a holster, but maybe you've got it like hidden away. You got your multi-tool. Your scanner is a wrist-mounted device, like a wrist piece that has like a little circle thing that floats out of it to scan the area in active scan mode. Otherwise, it stays down. So that's under your clothes. You have a link that normally you keep up there, but you technically can use it in other locations. So maybe you have it like on your chest or something as a human. The other stuff, I mean, yeah, it'd all be hidden away. If you do reach into your thing and pull out a weapon, they'll see that you're reaching for a weapon and probably shoot you. But they're holding guns on you, not shooting you. I would have said they are shooting you.
Then I would put up my hands to and say, "Hold on, boys, not librarians."
Okay, comrades.
So they're both. So are you trying to convince them that you're not librarians? Is that what you're trying to do?
Yes.
Okay. So they go, no kidding.
No kidding.
Hey, in Rigelian.
Yeah, and I'm like, no kidding. Totally serious. This
I
is a
say
get
no
up.
kidding. I don't know Regilian. As a matter of fact, I speak French.
You,
Oh, jeez.
you can evaluate the language as they start speaking right now if you want.
Especially because I'm also speaking it. So.
I will compel both of you to try to figure out this language.
Okay.
Right, I know Rigelian. We went over this.
Craig.
And Craig's not part of this.
Yeah, he is.
Oh.
He's still there. Craig, what are
he's
you
still
doing?
there.
Insight?
Craig, you can just figure out. You can just get Rigelian.
Okay,
It's-
I guess.
Linguistics.
Culture linguistics.
Oh, yeah, duh.
Yeah, that thing I put a point into and was told at character creation wouldn't be very useful.
I didn't tell you it wasn't very useful.
Do I get a bonus for at least understanding it a bit?
No, but that's why the difficulty is what it is. It's 3.
Okay. 3?
Okay. Zero advantage and 3.
You guys have no idea what they're saying.
Okay.
So you see them shouting and then snarkily talking to your people, and
Sequoia.
Sequoia is probably telling you what they're saying, but of course it's a little bit behind. So by the time you get the translation, you can't really act on it. You're not misunderstanding them, but you can't just really act on it because the translation takes a little bit of time. He has to think it out into the text and send that to you.
All right.
So what are you doing, Craig? So they're talking, and we're going to make rolls on that. But what are you doing this round? You're invisible, and you said you were moving towards the captain, and then you ran off to deal with roommate things. So what are you actually doing?
Captain. Going over to basically get closer just in case stuff goes down.
You should just put him in a rear naked choke.
Invisible choke.
Yeah. And then
So are you getting in position?
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So you're currently in position. You're right behind him. I'll give you advantage of 1 for geographical positioning. You get advantage for being in stealth as well. So when you shoot him, you will probably hit him because you have advantage of 2. You're right there. You can shoot him or you can stab him. Dealer's choice. Okay. So the guy looks, he goes, boss, they say they're not librarians in Regalian. And he's like, yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, it's totally a thing. Hey.
Oh, they know or what?
No, they're doing this sarcastically, being like, they're not librarians. Basically.
Okay.
No, they seem to know you're not librarians.
Yeah, I think they.
Oh, okay, cool. They know we're not librarians. It's like,
ask him what he wants with us. What is he?
So, why are we here? Why are you pointing guns at us? Can we get an understanding here?
So he kind of leans out the window of this vehicle, and he's like, get in the car. And the guys kind of move around the side, telling you to get in the car.
All right, we'll get in the goddamn car. All right, let's go.
You're not going to ask any more information.
Where are we going?
To an undisclosed location.
Are
Our
you going to hurt
secret
us?
base. Do you want me to just give you all the rebellion plans right now, and you can go tell your bosses?
No. And first of all, we don't have those types of bosses. And second of all, no. But still, we still have things to do that are obviously not librarian things because we're not librarians.
We know you're not librarians.
And also,
we want to know who you are, and we want to do that not in the open field here.
Fair enough.
Let's go with them.
All right, we're going. Hey, let's go. And I'm head motioning you let's go, because you obviously don't know what there's. Well, you sort of do. You have that lag time, but I'm sending you messages going, before the translation comes.
So Craig, are you getting in the truck, or are you
Craig is just so
Craig,
Dabby?
Don't kill him.
I send a message like, no, we're going with them.
Get on top of the truck.
Get on the truck.
Okay. He attaches himself to the truck, I guess.
Get in/on the truck.
Okay, so you're gonna climb up on the roof or something? Climb up on the roof?
It's like Indiana
I
Jones.
thought that's kind of where I would
last
already
time.
be if I was trying to get into the driver, I guess, but... Yeah.
No, I pictured you standing next to him while he's leaning out the window with your multi-tool to his inch from the back of his head, willing to press blade mode and stab him in the back of the head.
Okay.
But if you were doing something else, you can tell me that.
Yeah, so let's just get him on the roof, I guess.
Okay, so you clamber up onto the roof. I'm going to let that ride on the stealth there, because... and they take off. And the vehicle goes quite quickly. And we need you to roll a thing to hold on.
We can track where we're going, right? Because we have like a map of the... And we obviously like know where our positioning is.
You somewhat know where your positioning is. You're using tachyons and say, yeah, you can pretty much figure out where you are. It'd be a test to figure it out when it's appropriate.
Unless they put one of those brown bags over our heads, then we would know shit.
Yes, the brown bags do have the magic ability of getting you lost. It's true.
Oh, totally. Despite, like, we have positioning like
Tinfoil.
relative to our ship, though.
Yeah, that's well. No, problem is your ship. Oh, did you leave the network broadcasting?
I don't know. That's not something. I don't think we did. We probably did.
No, that is your job. You are the hacker on board the ship.
Then no, because we don't want people stumbling on the ship.
Okay, so you don't really have that.
Okay,
you do.
That's fine.
If you were in a really populated system, you could choose a couple things and try to track where you are. The problem is, tachyons are omnidirectional. So they just kind of send out everywhere. You can kind of trace the origin of one, and you could use that information to try to trace a bunch of things. Like, you can try to figure out where you are based on, like, tachyon transmissions of a bunch of things, but there's, like, no tachyon transmissions here. Just the view and the Makita route, but they're not transmitting right now.
Right.
They decided
Just
not to
wondering
get
if we-
found that way.
Just wondering if we have like GPS based on like the repeaters and stuff, but
Well, to have GPS, you have to have like a satellite in orbit. that
well,
we can-
GPS like not actual mobile.
Yeah.
In this case.
I would let you do some sort of scan to try to figure out where you are.
All right, that sounds good. We'll do that later. I was just curious.
Okay, cool. So this seems like a fitness endurance test. Or strength. And yes, you can use climber.
If I had a charge.
Yeah, if you have a charge.
Charges don't exist. Charges are a lie.
You haven't needed it.
Well, you just can't use them on every task. You have to choose.
You mean like the ones that keep us from dying? Yeah, those were good.
Yeah. The ones that keep you from falling off trucks. Those are good charges to use.
Not the biggest.
So
Lost
athletics or fitness, either one. Okay.
No, it's fitness
All gonna be a
endurance
2.
or fitness strength.
Either one's going to be a 2.
Okay. I can see that. I'm just telling you so you know which one it is. Okay.
Don't die.
So the vehicle starts moving really, really quickly, and you're like, oh, this is, hard to hold on to the same thing and not fall off.
I thought that he'd get an advantage for having, suction cups.
And it's a high gravity world, so it'd probably be easier to stay on, right?
No, you're just gonna fall hard.
Because that you're just gonna fall harder. And
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
So yes, thanks for reminding me it's a high gravity world to increase the difficulty of the task.
Oh god damn it! Sorry, Craig.
So it's 4 difficulty.
Oh.
You're like the kid who stands up on Friday and says, "Teacher, you forgot to give us homework,"
And he fell off.
and everyone wants to beat you up.
Literally would not say that. Wait, wasn't it 4 difficulty? Doesn't matter in this case. It's a -1 success.
Yeah.
It's
You should roll
get
one more
worse.
die.
Oh,
Roll a die 6, please.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
So I
-2 success.
get 2 in here.
You fall off and you walk back to the ship like nothing happened.
They
Okay.
detect you and they rip you down.
So you cannot hold on. The gravity is really, really harsh, and so you kind of have a choice. You can. There's like a portal, a door in the roof. It's either an emergency exit or like an impromptu turret hole or something. But there's a hole in it. You can open this door from the outside.
Actually,
With a roll and get inside right now.
are we aware of his situation?
Yeah, if you want, if he's telling you. Oh my god, I can't do it.
If he's streaming it, which he has been so far.
Sequoia, I'd say to Sequoia over the stream, I say, I think we should tell him that our guy's up on top and he needs help.
Okay, sure. Are you just like, no. What is his other choice?
Fall off.
And or hurt.
Fall off, and then go grab the ship and fly to you guys.
Okay.
Alright, that's actually a pretty solid option.
If you know where we're going, I mean,
Well, when he gets on
figure
the
I can
ship,
trace
he's
you.
gonna like, yeah.
Okay. Alright.
Because, you guys are sending out tachyons.
We are.
All I'm saying is, these guys could have hurt us already, and they haven't. I don't think they mean us necessarily harm.
But still, being able to get picked up at a moment's notice is good.
Having a
could be
big
chance to help
weapon,
somebody.
this huge weapon, like pointed at them and saying, "Hey, give me back my guys, please."
Yeah.
Craig, are you falling off or are you getting it? Alright.
Okay, so you
shit.
instead of trying to clamber to this thing, you just release, and you're falling off.
You
and
just
hitting
go with
the ground.
He just...
Okay.
Good thing cat always lands on its feet. Oh wait, you're a squid. What are you?
Ada, you said that message and Sequoia just said, like, I think it's a little late for that.
Yeah.
He hears you guys say that and goes, "So, nope."
No.
Okay. So, you're going to take...
Ooh. Damage.
Broke a leg. How you gonna get back?
I have
He has many
Armor.
tentacles.
I
got armor all over the place
Are you
Also, yeah,
invertebrate?
he has armor.
and a pressure shell
Oh.
and desert
Alright.
protection.
Desert protection. But that's the EVA suit, right? Or...
No, the pressure shell, the desert protection, just for my race.
Oh. Nice. Good job. Congrats, your species does desert things.
Yeah, because you have a shell. Okay, so he goes around a corner, you go flying off, and you're bouncing down a hill, high gravity, so it's 5 difficulty, and it is a fitness task, endurance.
Yikes.
That too.
You got this. So
To survive the impact.
does that mean it's a desperate roll?
It might be. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Unless he
it
has
is.
charge to spend.
I don't.
Literally none of us have charge.
I will after this.
Hey. Ooh. That wasn't too
Okay.
fun.
So
Still -1. Hey, you have a charge, but you're dead.
you're taking 3 damage.
Oh, that's not too. That's not.
What can I use to take that instead of me?
You could have gotten in the truck.
combat armor.
I got combat armor.
No.
Why does my ship?
Yeah, combat armor. It's impact.
Cool.
Yes. All right. There we go.
You can't use that one, man. You don't have your EVA suit on.
Oh, that
What's
one.
on your? What's your ship
There you
shoot? Yeah. Your ship shoot one.
Ship shoot.
Your
It's
ship
on
shoot.
combat armor.
Hardlander. Okay. So you go smashing into the ground. Your armor all in your suit just takes a trashing, and you are lying on the ground now. Meanwhile, you guys, they move quick, and they drive around. You're not entirely sure where you are, and after a few minutes, you pull into a big building. You can tell you can hear all the echo, and they open the doors, and you're in a huge kind of industrial barn.
Okay.
Neato, I say.
Interesting. I'm just looking around like, all right.
So it's got like multiple layers, and there's like these huge forklifts basically driving around with, and they have these big bales of like biomass. So like these sealed plastic squares of biomass.
Right.
Putting it up.
It looks tasty.
Supply warehouse. Great.
Yeah. They usher you out, and they're still pointing guns at you. And the guy goes over, and he comes out. The Yukon comes out, and he pulls out what kind of looks like a stick of gum.
Okay.
It's like this big, kind of long and flat, and he's like, "Eat this."
To who?
To Sequoia first.
Oh. What the hell is
and
this?
He holds his hand out to the other one and goes, holds it out to you.
I take it and smell it, and then put it in my mouth.
Yeah, I guess I'll like check what the hell it is. Have I seen something like this before?
I eat that.
Okay,
right.
So you eat it. If you want to look at it, and try to figure out what it is by just looking at it, it's a biosciences test.
Oh boy,
probably
really
agriculture or medicine.
It doesn't matter. I have a 1 in bioscience.
So you're still sending these images to
Yes.
Craig, right?
To Craig. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a latency, so I'm not
you're
going to get
attacking
it
on
in time,
comms, but
yeah.
I mean, there's not latency, but you can't. If you're talking, I was talking about when you're at
Hacking.
Hacking's really fast, right?
Yeah.
You got to put in like 40 tons and tons of code compared to shooting someone and to do the same action, right? If you're trying to disable a firewall, it's like 15 pages of like super fast code you're typing with your brain. So the delay happens because of that. But
I'm streaming this and like looking at it being like, the hell is this thing?
Yeah, it'd be really hard to tell with like no tool, because the way biotech works is you're gonna have to actually take a sample of it. You'd have to stick it in your med tool and analyze it.
Yeah, I don't have time for that. So
that's basically using your sampler to do a agriculture medicine.
Well, I guess I'm gonna take it. I don't really have a choice right now. So
you can refuse. You always have a choice.
Actually, I have a hidden pouch, don't I? That's part of my race.
Yes. You can hide whatever you want in it. I don't know if you have something in there right now.
I do not.
You could probably fit like a multi-tool or something in there. It's large enough to carry a infant of your race in.
Put it inside it.
Yeah, I might do that. Just like pretend to eat it and just like slide in there. Though that probably...
That would be a Legerdemain test.
Yeah, Legerdemain. I'm good.
And you can use a charge to add your
don't have any charges.
Your pouch.
You're like
Actually the big issue is that and they know they also have hidden pouches. So
just because I mean I have a belly button, but I don't know if I could catch a magician hiding a coin in it.
Haha! Alright, we'll try
Unless
this.
Unless you're a clone, then you don't have a belly button.
Yes, then we'll try this, I guess, with
I'm not
2
telling you
in
whether I've been
athletics.
cloned or not.
I guess I'm doing this 2 with athletics because I don't have any charge. So that's gonna be fun. What is the difficulty?
They're looking directly at you.
They are.
And
it'd be pretty
so
hard.
you get disadvantage for that, for sure.
Oh boy, guys. If I had charge, this would be easier.
5.
Oh, I'm screwed. All right, let's do it.
You can technically win that. Roll 6s.
Yeah, I could technically.
You've done that today.
Oh!
Wow.
Wow. See, look,
Wow.
4s and 5s.
Oh my god.
And I get a charge because I did a desperate action.
You do. Okay, so you like go, you start putting it in your mouth, and you kind of like take it down with your other hand or something and slide it in. Where's the pouch?
Super masterful.
Are you? You're a female, right?
I'm female, yeah.
So the pouch
What do
is
you
probably.
say?
I'm picturing them as slightly different locations for males, females, and neuters of your species.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the
that's-
neuters probably carry them like maybe on their back. The infants.
They're more like they're more tree-like, so
Yeah.
probably.
So where's your pouch?
Ugh. God.
Like, I consider you're probably a symmetrical species, like most. I mean,
Yeah, exactly. So it's got to be like,
like, is it like a pouch down here? Or you just kind of
yeah.
slide
I
it in?
feel like probably like hip area would
Okay.
make sense. Yeah.
It's got like a
Fan
sideways entry,
Yeah.
so you can enter from either side. Okay, so you just kind of slide it in like you're putting it in your pocket, and you go like you're putting it in your face, and
Yeah.
yeah,
I even thought he ate it. Like that's fucking.
yeah.
Masterful.
So he looks at you, watches you chew.
So
look-
is it? Do I taste like a complete meal, like Willy Wonka?
No, so you bite down on this thing, and it tastes a bit like, kind of like really strong vegetable matter. It tastes like hash.
Hmm. Hash.
Kind of terrible, like really oily.
Mm. Thank you.
And you swallow it, and they're just all looking at you.
Might something supposed what?
And they walk around, and they kind of look at the back of your neck. And then they kind of look at your stomach, ask you to lift up your shirt. And they're asking you to both do this.
Yeah.
So-
do this.
But I'm also like bark and stuff, so I'm like, I'll do it as like no difference.
Then Craig's just like, "Oh, you guys are getting food?"
Not food, possibly ingestants like.
What are they? What's going on?
He's like, okay, well, that's as safe as we can be without a full
What?
biomedical check.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Who the
okay.
hell are you?
I see.
That's complicated. We
He's like, it's not complicated. You either work for the government, or you're another rebel faction of some sort that we don't know about.
it's
We're
ano-
another faction.
we are another rebel faction.
Not necessarily rebels, but I guess you could call it that. I can't talk to them, but
You can talk in Nebic, you just can't talk in Rigelian.
no, I'm hearing what you're saying to them, so I'm just.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
so
partly mouth-
yeah, you're probably translating in a few seconds. So you say whatever you say, and then you can
Yeah.
talk. So just always let Sequoia go first for roleplay issues.
Yeah.
We're good.
But
Tell
like,
them we're off-worlders. Yeah, that's what I tell them.
just like, I sent back like, you want to tell them that we're aliens. You want to tell a bunch of isolationists that we're aliens.
Oh, you don't know that?
Craig
we
sends
do know that.
audio message.
How?
All of the media we've watched.
No, the government's isolationist. The rebels.
That's true. Well, I don't, okay, I'm gonna keep going on being like we're a rebel faction. Like
They're
we,
against the government,
Okay.
obviously.
So that is
we are
definitely
very
a
much against the government.
that is definitely a
Performance?
performance test.
All right, that's something I can somewhat do.
Because
I-
despite
just
it being
put
kind of
yourself
true,
to
it's
roll.
also not really true.
yeah, I mean, I'd totally be Sequoia would be totally down to help.
I wish I spoke
Freedom and sticks it to the man.
Yeah. Stick it to the man.
What can I use as a tool? Yes.
You can definitely use host Bretta.
Okay, I will use that for my charge because I think this is important that we don't get like.
Oh, or Yukon.
How could I?
Both are just one, so I'm gonna
Yeah.
use. I will use Yukon because that makes more sense for me. What is the difficulty?
Okay, so you're lying to this guy.
Oh, stop lying.
I'm
Half truthing.
I'm half
Four.
truthing this guy.
Four.
4. Oh, great.
Just tell them who we are.
I'll probably have to default to that, depending on how this goes.
Well,
One
you're not making a very good first impression.
One success.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great, now I have to tell him your line.
Audie, you're not telling him anything.
Good thing I can't speak to him.
Yeah, you can only speak Nebic, no Rigelian.
They'll speak Nebic.
They do speak, yeah.
Probably. Anyway, so, yeah. He looks at you kind of like, okay. So, we recently lost a couple safe houses, and we noticed you wandering through the city, being escorted by the police.
Yeah, so, my friend here, and I point to Audie, was, we had a little bit of an indiscretion, and the Inquisitors thought that, he had whatever that flu was called, that we talked about earlier.
Or something, yeah.
Yeah. He had that flu, so they were escorting us, because we look like librarians, to medical facility. They left to go do something. I assume probably go one of those read. Yeah.
For some reason, they were called in on the raid. We managed to get some of our people out of there.
Oh.
Partially because of that call.
Oh, good. There we go.
That you made. So they're gonna kill you. Or
they managed to get some people out because of that. So
he kind of was perplexed at you. He's like, okay, so what are you doing in our area?
Who are you? I say.
In Nebic.
Nebic.
Yeah.
He looks at you and goes, we've stayed loyal to House Ospreda.
Well, I don't know what that means.
What? Hold on. 1 second. House Ospreda.
Ever since the arrival, ever since we left the wars.
Wait, so, okay. Let me get this clear. The government over there, in that city over there, has been trying to keep the
It's not actually the government, really.
Whatever
you know this, don't you? You're supposed to be a rebel. What are you talking about? He's really confused on why you're asking these questions.
No, I'm not asking these questions. I am, like, I'm driving towards a point. I'm like, those guys over there have been disloyal to House Ospreda. We here are also agents of House Ospreda. We are trying to reinstate their rightful... rule is not the right word. So...
He interrupts you. Yes, of course. I mean, that's... You just said this. You said you were rebels.
Right.
We noticed you and thought we'd bring you in because it seemed like you knew something or were doing something, and we saw you exit the skin plant, and what the hell? What are you doing?
We were gathering information and being librarians, we can probably we were able to gather higher level information than you might otherwise get, especially from the skin plant of all places.
Okay. He sits down on one of... There's like some bales that are kind of low. He kind of jumps up on top of one.
Right.
Even though he's tiny, he can jump quite high, as you. He jumps up on top of one and goes, okay, so we're setting up something involving the skin plant.
All right. So
we don't want another rebel, what is it called? The little groupings?
Cell.
Another cell to interfere with that. That's why we picked you up.
That is fair. That's fair, and I understand. And that was our bad. But we of course were not linked to this rebel network, so of course we didn't know about that. However,
he kind of looks at you slightly perplexed. And then meanwhile, let's go see what the hell Craig's doing and if he's dead yet. Okay, Craig,
He's been swallowed by a worm.
You get up, the rocks and the big ditch hurt a lot when you hit them. And what do you want to do? It's kind of, as we said, it's kind of like jungly, so there's ferns and that sort of thing. Not as many as out there. There's a lot of down at the bottom of this ditch. There's a big ravine full of water, and you're basically sitting on the edge of this pretty much river or viaduct or whatever. And you're kind of far from the ship, and you're kind of far from the car. What are you gonna do?
Ship.
Okay.
Get to the ship.
Are you trying to get there really quickly?
He's trying to get there stealthily.
Okay, so it's gonna take you a little while. Are you trying to be invisible, or are you just trying to, like, hide?
Invisible.
Okay. So let's just do one task. And this is going to take you a bit of time, which is why I was letting a bunch of this conversation go.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's going to take you probably an hour. It might be slightly faster to get where the van went, but you'd have to track the van.
Yeah. No. Shit.
Okay. So you are trying to get there stealthily. You can roll shield mechanics. Or at holography. Field dynamics holography. And use your holoprojector if you wish. If you had charge, which you may or may not
I do.
have. Okay. I have a wrong sheet open, so.
Okay.
Okay.
And 3.
And the difficulty is 2.
2. Okay.
There's not a ton of people, just people working in the fields around you.
Wow. Those ones.
Okay, so you're kind of hoofing it through these fields, and there's quite a bit of dust because it's a jungle. There's lots of water, but when the water's kind of away because the field isn't flooded, it gets quite dry and dusty and rocky. So, and you're just being beaten down by the sun, and dust is kind of starting to kind of build up around you, and you notice some people looking and seeing this kind of freaking dust ghost walking around. And they start to, like, what the hell is that? And they start to, like, move away, and they're, like, kind of looking really worried and starting to move away. You could probably get away from them by just booting it.
It's just a dust cloud. Just keep moving.
So are you just running? Okay. Are you just kind of running away so they can't find you? Yeah, that's what you're doing. So it's a parkour task.
Oh.
And there's a lot of people because you basically got caught up, so it's 3 difficulty.
Oh boy.
So you're basically walking through all these workers who are seeing, like, your footprints appearing and dust reacting differently with the area.
It's a 3, you said?
3 difficulty, yeah.
Exactly what I thought.
Okay. So you kind of start rushing through this area, and you kind of stumble into more people. You can't really just run away in the same way. You could just run because they're not chasing you, but they know you're there, and they're shouting and they're running away, and they're kind of freaked out.
Mm-hmm.
So you could just run for it, which would be an endurance task. Just run and run and run.
All of the things.
All the way back.
Summon the launch to you.
Unless you have a different idea. You can't get. You're not close enough to the launch to summon it.
Yeah. Nope. Let's just keep running and keep failing.
Okay. If you fail this, it means that a group of people have followed you back to the ship. Is that another 0?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so you see
Hard
this
rolls, man.
I've
giant
failed
group.
5 times in a row now.
You see this large group kind of moving 3 times. Oh,
No,
did you
the
fail
other
before
ones.
Sequoia? Okay, so you see this
Yep.
large group of people with like farm implements heading towards where you're going, and everybody's kind of peeling off, and then groups are joining them, and they're moving towards the pond where the ship is parked.
Should have stayed with us, bro.
I've taken everyone's good rolls. I'm sorry.
Apparently zeros are freaking... You get mobs after you.
Apparently.
Well, if you would have got a -3, you would have been fighting the mob. I could buy it up to -3 if you think that's more exciting.
Yeah.
This isn't an
They
excitement.
get a whole ship in their face.
Yes.
Do it.
Okay, so
Aren't all those like crocodile hippo things around our?
yes, so now you're basically standing at the edge of a giant pond. There's crocodile hippos kind of swimming around and bathing and sunning themselves all around you. You're basically not stealthed anymore. You're just standing there. You can tell me if you think you're sparkly and curving light around you, or if you just look like a guy in a dirty librarian uniform. It's up to you.
I like the sparkling curving light. It still makes me mysterious.
Yeah, so you basically look like a crazy dust ghost standing on the edge of a pond with a bunch of hippos kind of looking towards you right now.
Probably freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, they're looking at you. They don't move. They're not moving, but you can tell you know they're looking at you. They haven't moved. They gotta be. Look at these things. They're massive. What do you want to do?
And how far am I from being able to contact the ship?
If you jump in the water,
Mm-hmm.
you'll be able to contact the ship.
And I can't stealth again, huh?
Especially if you jump at the right part. Depends. What do you want to actually do with the ship? Do you want to fly the ship?
I want to pick myself up.
You want to control the weapon system or the pulse array. Well, let's see what side of the ship you'd have to be on to do that. So if you make contact with the hull on the stern, you can both fly the ship and control the pulse array.
There we go.
If you make contact with the bow, you can open the cargo bay and just get inside. Or you can do the same on the starboard side. You can open the airlock into the ready room. You can basically swim over to the airlock.
Let's try and do the thing that doesn't get me eaten.
All of these things are exactly the same roll, although using the pulse array to propel yourself around might be more difficult because you're not that great at it.
Yeah.
Probably the easiest, most obvious thing to do would be to jump off and go through the thing. But either way, you're going to have to scramble past these creatures and or the mob, depending which side. Yeah, the creatures. The mob is coming this way. If you fail this, they're probably not going to eat you, but you're going to end up out on the thing and having to deal with this mob of people.
Yeah, let's get that ship to do something that's going to scare these things away.
That is a completely different thing. You can try to do that, but you still have to be in contact with the hull.
Yep. So I'm jumping in the water, I guess.
Okay. So it sounds like you are jumping on the stern of the vessel, so that you can control the grav drive, so you can make the ship rise out and freak everybody out.
Yep.
Okay.
It's still stealth, so it's just going to be a lot of water raising up, right?
You would have to stealth it again. It's like underwater, and this is doing something different. Means you have to adjust the stealth fields and all that stuff.
Gotcha.
So, Adele is like, "Are you sure you want to do this?" Okay, so
he's like, get me in.
So you leap into the water, and you need to. This seems like a movement thing, right? You have to avoid all these creatures and stuff. You could try to stealth past them. You could try to re-stealth and move past these creatures if you want.
Let's do that.
Okay. Field dynamics holography. These creatures, do they have good sense of smell or anything? The Bosselinian have... No, they're fast. But there's more of them. So 4 difficulty.
And here comes number 6.
Can you succeed?
Oh, hey!
Okay, so you leap past them. They don't move until you get kind of close to one of them that bites towards you and misses. And you come in contact with the hull of the stern of the vessel. So you're kind of stuck to the side of the ship. And you now are close enough. You're in the section with the correct gear. You can access the ship's grav drive. Or you raise it up out of the water. And a massive ship reveals alien existence to a whole group of angry villagers.
I wasn't going to do that if I was able to actually make it in the ship. Then I just get in the ship and stay there.
Well, I asked you if you want to do that, and you said you want to go on the stern and raise the ship.
Yeah,
up.
if I wanted to do that to scare the crocodiles, then you told me I could stealth past them.
Oh, so you changed your mind after that?
Yeah.
Do we believe this? Okay, fine. You go through the airlock. Yeah. You dive in. It's filled with water because you open the door, and then the door closes and it starts to drain. You're aboard the ship. Meanwhile, you guys are having conversation.
Yep.
Okay, so where were we?
I was explaining how we were getting intel from Ginplant, and this person was very perplexed for some reason.
Yes, he's very confused because it's like you aren't actually a rebel and don't know a lot about what's going on with Rebellion, and you're not properly set up and doing your stealth stuff.
It's almost
properly.
like we're not part of the Rebel network, like I said.
He's like, so what are you, just some, like, what? Random civilians? You decided to form your own? You didn't know about us? Is that what you're saying?
So,
You guys are free agents. I don't know.
You are currently still running.
Yeah, we knew of the existence of the rebellion, but we're a bit free agents out here.
He kind of looks at you like, okay, this isn't making a ton of sense.
yeah, look, if they're loyal, what's the harm in telling them the truth?
That's yeah. I mean, you could do that. You could just like be like, hey.
Yeah, I just spit out the truth.
All right.
We are not from around these parts. If you get my drift.
Okay, so here's the issue. You don't speak Regelian. Are you saying this in Nebic?
Yeah.
Okay, he looks at you and goes, and Nebic is a kind of weird formal language. It feels super old. Mm-hmm. And so he looks at you, basically said, hear thou, we are not with you kind of thing, right? Like,
yeah.
It's a very formal, like, quasi-polite, and like there's like a couple different tenses. There's like a possessive, strong governor language tense, and then there's like a low, like, servant tense.
Mm.
So, which do you?
I use the more respectful one.
Okay, that would be what you'd use to servants.
To what?
To your servants.
Okay, so I don't want to use the one that would make them think of themselves as servants. Like,
so you're going to use the one that makes them think of them as masters, or the equal where both servants one. So
yes,
we can use that one. Okay, so you're like, hey, speaking kitchen language kind of version. Okay, cool. I just wanted to know how you were stating it. So you're like, hey, we're not really part of any of this. We're lying to you. That's what you say.
We're not lying to.
Look, I don't
say
wanna...
we're not from around here. You're gonna have to. Yeah. He's like, what the hell do you mean? There's only one city.
We're from where the war took. I mean, we're not from this planet.
Yeah, we're
he looks
from
at you. Go
system.
Oh my God, the wars have come.
No. Hold on.
He looks really freaked out, like, oh shit, we're about to get invaded. The wars have come.
No.
Yeah, but by your...
Allow me to explain a few centuries worth of galactic history to you in about 2 minutes, and I start like outlining like the war has been over for like however long it's been over.
Like 20 years. Like I think it's like less than 10 years. Like it's like 5 years or something. The war's over. Yeah. The wars have recently ended. That's the...
War's over. Yeah, war's over. We're here for House Esperetta because they came out pretty well in basically the piece that came afterwards as part of the which society is it?
Well, the thing that ended the war was the Cardinal Compact.
Cardinal Compact, yeah.
Yeah, so that was a deal made when the neighboring quadrants got fed up with this one being at war for 500 years and went, no, here, we'll give you Anagathics, just stop it, stop fighting. If you stop, you get it. So everybody stopped and they only did defensive actions, and the war just kind of ground to a halt.
I explained to him in Rigelian several centuries of galactic history.
He just looks at you kind of astonished, and you need to persuade him that this is what's going on. Because that's... You just told him something that's kind of insane.
Mm-hmm.
He's not wrong.
So you just landed in Belgium in 1946 and went, the war's over. You can come out of your basements.
You can just say, hey, don't worry. A ship is about to come and explain this to you.
That's true.
It's actually worse than that. It's like you landed in the middle of Africa and said the war is over. And they're like, but we ran into the middle of Africa to get away from the war. What the hell are you talking about? The war's over.
Guys, the war's over. Alright, persuasion. I have no charge, so I can't do anything charge-wise. What's the difficulty?
3.
All the difficulty.
Let's see how it goes.
All the difficulties.
-1 successes. Hey, my first failure today. Boy. He doesn't believe me. Understandably enough, even though I'm showing him, like, graphs and timelines and stuff like that, being like, hey, here's a picture of the compacts being signed by all of these people.
Okay, so you didn't say you're showing stuff.
I mean, why wouldn't I? Like, I'm explaining galactic history. Like, that's
okay. So if you're actually going to show him holograms with actual information, I'm going to give you 2 advantages, but you didn't say that you were going to do that.
Oh, I thought, like, as... Well, I probably should have said that as...
Because you're on an alien planet. We're not just on a regular thing where people show each other holograms all the time.
But I am a...
Roll 2 more dice.
I am a... Alright.
Because I'm a nice GM. Roll 2 more dice. And roll successes on these dice. 2d10s.
Right. There you go. 3 successes on them.
So that one makes up for the -1. So you got 1 success.
Is the 10 not 2 successes?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how you got
-1 minus...
To 0 and then to 2.
Plus 3.
No, to 1.
Alright, yeah. No, yeah, I'm getting it mixed up. I can't do math, obviously.
-1 is 0.
And then...
Then to 1.
Then to 2.
Then to 2, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was like... Wow, guys.
-1, 0, 2. 0.
So yeah, I'm just like, alright, technology, here we go.
Okay, so all of a sudden you like put up these fucking holograms showing the end of the war and this signing and all this stuff, and he's like, holy crap, you're fucking aliening at him. And it's crazy town, and so yes, he's sitting there kind of aghast watching this fucking PowerPoint presentation about the war.
Very fancy PowerPoint presentation.
He's like, oh my god, I can't believe it's over. We're still in this.
And
all his dudes are just kind of sitting there totally like gape
Give him a
mouth.
hug.
Look, I know it's hard to believe. It was hard for me to believe when it happened, but it's happened, and we are actually here for House of Sporetta to reclaim the system.
But they never had the system. You have no idea what's going on. That's why you don't make
No.
any sense.
Of course not. Now that I've told you that we are aliens.
So, the people on this planet are deserters from the exploration wars, as your presentation calls them. We ran away, and this is gonna sound crazy. So we took off, and we were in beat up freighters, and we found this planet, and there were these strange aliens on the planet.
Oh,
and they welcomed us in.
Oh,
There was only a few of them. There was 3 aliens. 3.
Huh. What do they look like?
And he describes what looks like these kind of large, like lizard-looking people with like tall in size with slender bodies, and kind of lizardy. They didn't have any tails or anything like that, but they were kind of had scales, and they're kind of completely smooth and had big eyes. And they invited them in, and then they started building this little colony here around the pyramids, the 3 spire pyramids that were here where the aliens lived.
Okay.
And they go visit them and stuff like that. And then one of the aliens died.
Oh.
And
I'm sick.
everyone was really sad because these people kind of saved them. And so they built they did a little like funeral for them. It was kind of strange, like they didn't know the thing, but they went because they were happy for these people. And then their leader started acting very strangely. And said that the leader insisted that they should build a new place. They couldn't just hang out here till the end of the war. They needed to build a new thing, and the way we had to follow was what the Sekhmet were about. And they basically established this new government based on this and pushed it through. And the aliens it wasn't very long, a couple weeks till another one died, and the last one died like a month later.
Oh.
Or like 3 weeks later.
Weird.
And then by the end of the quarter, the strongest leaders in the group were calling it, the Sekhmet Empire, and they were forming everybody into groups and doing all this sort of stuff.
Huh.
And
that's
why I gave you the gum. We think, and we've tested it, and it worked on one. When one of the ones who are taken eat the gum, there's a reaction. Anyone else can eat it, there's no reaction. And they tend to kind of go crazy, and then like kind of get really angry, and they start to react, and then they just usually run the only one we've actually caught this way. There were like 2 that we've caught this way, and they just kind of ran off. And it has something to do with the reliquary in the top of the pyramids.
Well, none of us were. Yeah, I'm just like thinking, like none of us were there. Well, So.
Okay.
Wow. Well, I didn't know much about these aliens. I think my friend, and I look up at Audie, knows a little bit more.
Yeah. No, I don't.
Probably not. I'm gonna show him a image from the reliquary and be like, what do you know about this?
He's like, oh my god, I don't know. He looks at it and goes, are they building it? Where is this?
The research facility.
My god. See, we have this, and he pulls out, like, a picture. Like, a photograph. He unrolls it, because it's better than our photos nowadays, but it's like this bio-produced sheet, and they can be made in any size. He's got one that's really quite large. He pulls it out, and it's this foggy picture of... You recognize it right away. It's a reliquary with lots of the sample jars in it. He's like, this one is from the fertility pyramid. The Spire of Fertility.
Fertility.
It's the only one we managed to get into.
Fertility? I recognize, I know what he's talking about. Like,
you recognize it, and
I recognize what he's talking about, how people going mad, because I've witnessed that, right? I mean...
He was talking more like they had a physical reaction and would take off. Okay. And they get really upset, probably because they were caught, kind of thing. Oh, okay. Is what he was suggesting. Like, they would physically react in this really odd way and, like, start to choke and do all this weird stuff. And he says that they managed to get past the office of the grandmother, up into the second rectory, and took this picture. One of their agents. She had to have a baby just to get up there. It was a real pain. Ooh. But the motherhood dormitory is right under the office of the grandmother, and so she managed to slip up.
Why is it called fertility room?
He looks at you and go, well, that's where everybody goes for breeding. That's where you go, and they give birth to all the babies. As soon as you become pregnant, you go there, and if you want to become pregnant, or you get to an age, it is kind of a social pressure to do so. You go to the Spire of Fertility, and they have the delivery rooms, and there's a motherhood's dormitory, and they get free lodging and everything there, and the children all play together until a certain age.
Huh.
Strange.
That's
odd.
Well,
kids without the responsibilities.
Well, no, the mother stays in there, and they kind of work as part of the Spire staff, keeping care of the babies, and some of them are, if they have medical stuff or medical abilities. He kind of starts talking about it because it's like something to distract him from the fact you just told him that the world offside this planet is totally different.
Well, see, obviously we're not too far off. I mean, we're not enemies, so I want to know, how can we help you?
How can we help you? Well,
help me help you.
Yeah. How can we help you guys?
So when you ask that question, you hear shouting from upstairs. There's a little office up there. The guy's like, holy crap, you guys seen this on the view? He yells in Regillian.
I bring it up because I obviously have the view.
Yeah, so you got a copy of the view. You pop it up, and everybody's like totally surprised because there's a holographic view that isn't connected to anything. Because most people have these like projection box kind of things, like they have a little hologram chip that they put in that collects the view, and you can change on it. Anyway, so like the interactive Spire we were talking about. So, anyways, you bring it up just on yourself. So like nobody except the cops have this sort of stuff maybe, and the leaders of the Spires have that, but not most people. Anyway, so you pop this giant image up, and
it's a Craig.
It is your ship.
Oh,
raising out of the water
for everybody to see.
I thought we said that it wasn't.
Oh, we didn't do that. So what are you doing, Craig? Sorry, let's back up. I forgot because I started writing that based on the original, and then you changed what you did. It didn't happen. So, Craig, what are you doing now that you're aboard the ship?
Well, now that I'm inside the ship, go under the water and come out a place that doesn't have people.
Okay, the problem is it's a pond. It's a flooded field, literally. There's nowhere to come out. So you can either stay hiding in here, or
stay hiding since they're okay.
Okay. So
you can talk to us though, so it's good.
So you're contacting them. They're having this conversation, and what we do here.
So how can we help you?
He looks at you and goes, I don't know. We never thought we would have, like, what can you do?
We have a wide range of abilities.
Yeah, we can.
How do you have a ship? How did you get here?
We have a ship.
We have a very insignificant, we have a significant. God damn it! I'm not getting this word right. Words not working.
You're not there, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, you're being like.
We have a very inspecific set of skills.
Fair enough. We have a ship here. However,
he's like, who are you? Are you just House Hosperetta? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It's like two of you. What's going on?
Well, actually, there are three of us. One of them's not here. He's back on our ship. However, there's an angry mob near there right now, so we can't really get anything out right now.
Okay. Have you, during this time, told him you're free spacers?
I haven't. Maybe Audie has.
No, I didn't say that, but I said that we're working for House Lost Bread. At least they know that.
Same.
Okay. So he's kind of perplexed. He's like, there's just three of you. And then he kind of looks at you and he's like, who are you?
We're like kind of like mercenaries.
Mm-hmm.
Are you free spacers?
Free spacers, yep, that's it.
Yeah, you got us. Free spaces.
What's so bad about that? Come on.
You realize we were sent on basically a scouting mission, right?
We're doing this for money.
Okay, so
you are, but
free spacers started during the war.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're talking Age of Sail style communications where you can't communicate. So sending small, like, little craft that are super flexible to go do things in random places is actually really useful.
Yeah.
Because, you could send a fleet, but you probably don't have one of those to do that sort of thing with. You have to protect your home world or actually attack the enemy or whatever. Right? So that's why free spacers started. So they started getting basically disposable people, putting them on ships, and sending them to do things. And they are still allowed, despite the Cardinal Compact, to go and do things, because they don't expect countries to, like, these nations, these different societies, not to do things to protect themselves. So they're still allowed to use these small little ships to do stuff. You're not supposed to go and invade worlds or anything, but you can do things.
Look what we're doing.
Yes. So he looks at you and goes, oh god. So yes, so we have free spacers who are saying, hey, we'll help you out.
Look, we have been contracted by House Hosperetta to do a variety of things. But one of those things is to claim the most habitable world in this system, like there was no one here. And obviously that is not the case.
So, I guess we need to negotiate a contract then.
Exactly.
More contract negotiation.
Okay, so we'll do the addendum to the contract next week, and I think we'll call it there.
Cool.
You are kind of being hedged in by a group of people wandering around and wondering what happened to the crazy smoke ghost, Craig. And you, Team Rebel here, have basically started making a deal with this. So you can add an addendum to your contract to do stuff for them.
Hell yes.
Nuke the spires from orbit.
Yeah, that's actually really easy to do. I mean, drag asteroid, drop asteroid,
colony drop!
Yes. Of course, if you miss, you'll wipe out the city.
Oh, that's fine.
or part of the city.
That's
depending
not
on the asteroid you grab, on the size, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the high gravity world should make it quite the explosion.
Jeez, yeah.
Because
It'll
it
be a
will
nice
hit
picture.
a little bit harder.
The nice picture from orbit.
Yeah. So the question, we'll be doing this next week. So think of what you want to do.
Don't worry, we're blowing them up for freedom.
I'm blowing them up for
Creator of
freedom. You're doing it for curiosity's sake.
I want to know what happens when they go.
I'm doing it for camaraderie.
See, all of us wanted to see it happen, and you're just joining us at that.
Okay, so you guys don't start fantasizing about dropping asteroids on people. It totally fucks stuff up, and that will make the planet less habitable.
Yeah.
Which will
that's
probably
true.
at least lead to a lecture. And I suspect that these rebels probably don't want to be nuked back to the Stone Age.
No, they don't. They don't. This is not what I just said nuke from orbit because that was like a simple extreme solution that they obviously would reject because that would be stupid.
Yeah.
If they got the right flow, then we got to go.
Okay, sounds good. We'll figure this out next week. You guys managed to take this contract and extend it. This happens with this our group online. I don't know why.
Yeah.
As for, I will look for another person probably starting at the next contract. So, if we know anyone in particular or any of the former Kurt cast members want to come back, we'll talk to them too. And thanks for guys for playing. Do we want to do outro things like we're like legit?
I mean, I'm down.
Okay, why don't you start us off and show us how to do it?
All right. Hi, my name's Brock, otherwise known as St. Guard. Streamer. I stream about 6 days a week at twitch.tv/St. Guard. I also have a Twitter at St. Guard Lee, which is my username, plus an LI at the end. I have been streaming Invisible Ink lately, so you can catch me tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time at my channel, twitch.tv/St. Guard.
Awesome. Is that game where you run around as a spy and do puzzle spy stuff?
No, it's like an XCOM like strategy game. So basically, you have like a team of 2 to 4 cyberpunk basically Shadowrunners, and you're going through corporate facilities and stealing things.
That's by Clay, right?
I think so. Let me check.
Yeah, they're from here. They made that here in Vancouver. Cool.
Yeah.
I know a couple people on that game. Cool.
Nice.
What's the game called?
Invisible Ink. So Invisible INC. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to Derek.
I'm Derek, and this is Cloud.
Hi, Kitty.
Adorable.
Paul.
I'm Paul. Having a good time. Also saying goodbye. I have a blog. paulhamlin.blogspot.com.
Wait,
Awesome.
what's your last name?
Hamlin?
Hamblin. Yep.
Hamblin.
Oh, I was
B-O-N.
about to say Hamlin.
No, Hamblin.
No, that's my last name, Hamlin.
Is it?
Yeah.
Same family.
Brothers from another mother.
There we go.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm Christoph. This is my game, Free Spacer, and you should totally check it out and join the Google Plus group and follow me on Twitter and check out my Twitch and all that stuff. And it's just going to be on YouTube later if you're not currently watching on YouTube. And Free Spacer will be kickstarting hopefully this summer. Talk to you guys later.